Hello everyone. So on October 7th, Hamas launched an attack on Israel. The atrocities committed caught most Israelis off guard. Since then, Israel has engaged in a vicious counterattack, and the atrocities against Hamas and Palestinians in Gaza Strip have been piled high. If you don't know anything about Hamas or Israel, this video really is not going to be for you. Since this conflict, people have asked my opinion on the issue. It's frustrating because I have only the one opinion, and it's, the opinion I held on October 7th, which is kind of what I held, before and after. Israel is a sovereign state with the right to defend itself against what any sane person would consider acts of war. It should not surprise anyone with a brain cell that an Iraqi war veteran is not going to side with Hamas. People should use common sense. Does that mean I agree with everything Israel does? No. But guess what? I'm not a defender or fanboy for Israel, and don't give a flapping jack about winning people over to my side or not. I don't care about the many Americans, my father included, who do not believe Israel should have been created as it was. You can burn the flag of Israel or Palestine right in front of me, and I wouldn't care. The only thing I would do is I would say, bro, why did you spend that money to buy stuff to burn? You could have given it to the Red Cross. Having said that, there is a portion of human beings out there who think that facts are important to changing people's minds on this issue. And I told a friend early on that facts didn't matter to me. And instantly my friend was baffled. How can a guy who educates himself as much as me not care about facts? And maybe there was a better way for me to put it or phrase it. My point is that where most people stand on Palestine versus Israel is ingrained in their personality, and no amount of watching Fox News or Al Jazeera is going to change people's minds. And yet, people seem to think they can change my mind in some way by pointing out that Fox News was incorrect about the missile hitting this structure, or this IDF official saying something that was not correct, and Hamas mistakenly doing this deed, and blah blah blah, and on and on. Do you really think anyone on either side is going to change their views because some official somewhere proved that a Palestinian was killed 50 meters inside a supposed safe zone? First off, not everyone wages limited warfare like the United States. Israel is going to scorched earth. Second, Benjamin Netanyahu is not going to be brought before the International Criminal Court. Thirdly, the UN is not going to impose sanctions on Israel on par with North Korea or Iran. Now, if you are a Palestinian and watching this, why? I mean, seriously? I wear my politics on my sleeve. Do you hate yourself? Self-loathing is not good. Please get mental help. You are not less of a man for seeking mental help. Look at how tough Tony Soprano was. But I will give the Palestinians a kind of playbook here. You're not going to change people's minds on whether or not Israel should exist with current tactics of just saying that a photo was shopped. You can do it in a couple of ways. One thing you should attack Israel on is their democracy. There is some serious arguments out there that this is not a democracy. It's an apartheid. Now, there are two institutes that can be lobbied, and they are Varieties of Democracy, abbreviated VDEM, and Freedom House, although Freedom House is losing my respect. The reason they are losing my respect is because they refuse to rank Israel on their democracy scale. And the reason why they're doing this is they say there's not enough data. I simply do not believe them. I think, they're making a political decision right there, and not a decision informed by facts. You have enough data. Yeah, so these groups can be lobbied to change their position on Israel, and many Americans might think differently. You could also petition the ICC, although I think that would be the most unsuccessful way to go. I just don't see them bringing up the Israelis for war crimes. I just don't. They were made mostly to deal with African dictators and whatnot, and their justice process is very, 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 very slow. Next thing, consider an information diet, sort of. Does it really help you to look at the atrocities every day? During the pandemic, I only looked at news one day a week. Anything more would have made me anxious for no reason. And it wasn't going to change anything. All that heat would just make your blood boil. As for me, I do not have time for Fox News or Al Jazeera. I had this Friday off, and all I did was run errands. And by the way, the buses in Washtenaw County were all running late. I was waiting well over an hour for a couple of buses. But I would like to give you the name of two experts who have been bright shining meteors sent from the heavens. The first is Dr. Christian Davenport of University of Michigan. Do you want to know if what is happening in the Gaza Strip is a war crime? Does it fit the title of genocide? This is the person to talk to about such things. I asked him for his thoughts, and he fired off a very thorough email addressing the topic, and he did it immediately. It was impressive. The second person is Juris Doctorate Mary Ellen O'Connell of Notre Dame. That is right, we're stepping out for the fighting Irish. Is this war justified? Is Hamas a legitimate government? When should a ceasefire be declared? All very important things and all topics she can address. And besides, an email exchange with them is worth 10 viewings from the whiny little bitches that make up Al Jazeera or Fox News. Lastly, read this book recommended to me by my good friend Yusuf. It shouldn't scare you because guess what? Someone who only knows their half of the story doesn't even know that. Thank you.